calling all history geeks. Want to know what makes Cuba so unique? Let's find out. So picture this. It's the 15th century and Cuba is a lush paradise filled with native Taino people. They were the original islanders, living their best lives, fishing, farming, and chilling by the beach. But then, in 1492, guess who shows up? Yep, Christopher Columbus. He lands on the island and claims it for Spain. The Spanish bring their culture, language, and, unfortunately, some not-so-great stuff like diseases and slavery. The arrival of Columbus marked the beginning of a new era for Cuba, one that would see the island transformed in ways the Taino could never have imagined. The Spanish colonization was a turning point that would forever alter the course of Cuban history, setting the stage for centuries of cultural fusion and conflict. The Spanish influence permeated every aspect of life on the island, from architecture to cuisine, creating a unique blend that still defines Cuba today. Fast forward to the 18th century. Cuba becomes a sugar powerhouse. It's all about those sweet plantations, and the island attracts loads of African slaves who bring their own rich cultures and traditions. By the 19th century, Cuba's buzzing with a mix of Spanish, African, and native influences. This cultural blend creates the unique Cuban identity we know today. But hold on, the story's not over yet. In 1898, after the Spanish-American War, Cuba gets independence, kinda. The US has a big influence on the island until 1959, when Fidel Castro leads the Cuban Revolution and takes control. Since then, Cuba's been on its own path, mixing its historical roots with modern vibes. The island's journey through the 20th century is a testament to its resilience and adaptability, navigating through political upheavals and economic challenges while maintaining its unique cultural identity. The revolution brought about significant social changes, including improvements in healthcare and education, which have had lasting impacts on Cuban society. The Taino were skilled farmers, cultivating crops like cassava, maize, and sweet potatoes. They also crafted beautiful pottery and intricate wooden carvings. Their society was organized into small villages, each led by a chief known as a cacique. The Taino had a rich spiritual life, worshipping gods called zemis, and holding ceremonies to honor them. Their way of life was deeply connected to the land and sea, and they lived in harmony with nature. The Taino's deep connection to their environment was reflected in their sustainable farming practices and their reverence for natural elements, which played a central role in their spiritual and daily lives. Their art and craftsmanship were not just functional, but also held significant cultural and spiritual meanings, often depicting their gods and daily life. But the arrival of the Spanish changed everything. The Taino population was decimated by diseases brought by the Europeans, to which they had no immunity. Those who survived were often forced into labor under brutal conditions. The Spanish established settlements and began exploiting the island's resources, including its fertile land and abundant minerals. They built grand churches, forts, and other structures that still stand today as a testament to their colonial presence. The Spanish colonization not only reshaped the physical landscape of Cuba, but also laid the foundations for a complex social hierarchy that would influence the island's development for centuries to come. The Spanish also introduced new agricultural practices and crops, which would become staples in Cuban agriculture and cuisine. The introduction of African slaves added another layer to Cuba's cultural tapestry. These enslaved people brought with them their music, dance, religious practices, and culinary traditions. Over time, these elements blended with Spanish and Taino influences to create a vibrant, unique Cuban culture. This fusion is evident in everything from the island's music and dance to its food and festivals. The African influence in Cuba is profound, contributing to the island's rich musical heritage, including genres like rumba and son, and adding depth to its religious practices with the introduction of Santeria, a syncretic religion blending African and Catholic elements. The African influence also extended to language, with many African words and expressions becoming part of the Cuban vernacular. The 19th century was a period of significant change for Cuba. The island saw the rise of nationalist movements seeking independence from Spanish rule. Figures like José Martí emerged as leaders in the fight for freedom. Martí's vision of a free and just Cuba inspired many and laid the groundwork for future struggles. The Spanish-American War in 1898 marked a turning point, leading to the end of Spanish colonial rule and the beginning of American influence. Martí's writings and speeches continue to resonate, symbolizing the enduring spirit of Cuban independence and the ongoing quest for social justice and national sovereignty. His legacy is celebrated in Cuba to this day, with numerous monuments and institutions bearing his name. The early 20th century was a time of both progress and turmoil for Cuba. The island experienced economic growth, particularly in the sugar industry, but also faced political instability and social unrest. The influence of the United States was felt in many aspects of Cuban life, from politics to business to culture. This period set the stage for the revolutionary movements that would come to define mid-20th century Cuba. The economic boom brought about by the sugar industry was accompanied by stark social inequalities, fueling discontent and laying the groundwork for the revolutionary fervor that would soon sweep the island. The cultural scene also flourished during this time, with Havana becoming a vibrant hub for music, dance, and the arts. The Cuban Revolution of 1959 was a watershed moment in the island's history. Led by Fidel Castro, the revolutionaries overthrew the existing government and established a socialist state. This brought significant changes to Cuban society, including land reforms, nationalization of industries, and improvements in education and healthcare. The revolution also led to strained relations with the United States, resulting in a long-standing embargo that continues to impact Cuba today. The revolution's impact on Cuban society was profound, reshaping the island's political landscape and redefining its national identity in the face of external pressures and internal challenges. The revolution also sparked a wave of cultural and artistic expression, with many artists and writers using their work to explore themes of social justice and national identity. Despite these challenges, Cuba has maintained a strong sense of identity and pride in its cultural heritage. The island's music, art, and literature continue to thrive, drawing on a rich history of diverse influences. From the rhythms of salsa and son to the vibrant colors of Cuban paintings, the spirit of Cuba is alive and well. Today, Cuba is a place where the past and present coexist, offering a unique glimpse into a culture that has been shaped by centuries of history. The resilience of the Cuban people is evident in their ability to preserve and celebrate their cultural heritage, even in the face of economic hardships and political isolation. The island's festivals and celebrations are a testament to this enduring spirit, showcasing the rich tapestry of Cuban culture. And there you have it, a quick dive into Cuba's origins and its fascinating journey through history. From the Taino people to Spanish colonization, African influences, and revolutionary changes, Cuba's story is one of resilience and cultural fusion. It's a place where every street, every building, and every song tells a story of the past. So whether you're a history geek or just curious about the world, Cuba offers a rich tapestry of experiences waiting to be explored. The island's history is a testament to the enduring power of cultural diversity and the unyielding spirit of its people, making it a truly unique destination for anyone interested in the complexities of human history. The stories of Cuba are not just about the past, but also about the present and future, as the island continues to evolve and adapt. Thanks for joining us on this journey through time. We hope you enjoyed this quick dive into Cuba's origins. Stay tuned for more fascinating stories from around the world. Until next time, keep exploring and stay curious. The world is full of incredible histories and cultures, each with its own unique story to tell. So keep your curiosity alive and continue to explore the rich tapestry of human experience. Remember, every place has a story, and every story adds to our understanding of the world. Keep learning, keep exploring, and never stop being curious about the world around you.